Does truth matter? I know many people claim that truth is personal, that you have your truth and I have mine, but can a society survive without a recognition of objective truth? The Supreme Court recently declined to hear a case out of the Fourth Circuit that revolved around a simple question. Is truth defined by what is or by what people think? So we'll discuss that next on the Constitution Study.
You have to know wherever you make your stand. Came from a long through line of everyday Americans.
Hello there, everyday Americans. Paul Engel here with the Constitution Study. I am glad you could join me. As always, if you want to find out more, head to constitutionstudy.com. There you can find all my videos, all my articles, everything you can share, and it's all absolutely free. You can also head to constitutionscholars.com and join a group of scholars, people who are interested in reading and studying the Constitution and teaching the rising generation to be free. And again, that is free as well. Now, I'll discuss that more at the end of the program, but for now, let's take a look at this Fourth Circuit case about truth. In a 2-to-1 opinion published by the Fourth Circuit, a very simple question was asked. Quote, "At the heart of this appeal is whether equal protection and Title IX can protect transgender students from school bathroom policies that prohibit them from affirming their gender." When the judges are referring to Title IX in this context, they mean Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972, 20 United States Code Section 1681A. Quote, "No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance." Seems simple enough. Title IX says that no one shall be discriminated against under any education program or activity receiving federal funds because of their sex. Now, Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines sex as, quote, "A, either of two major forms of individuals that occur in many species and that are distinguished respectively as female or male, especially on the basis of their reproductive organs and structures. B, the sum of structural, functional, and sometimes behavioral characteristics of organisms that distinguish males and females. And C, the state of being male or female. Single-sex bathrooms are, by definition, based on sex, which is a physical attribute, as opposed to gender, which can be based on non-physical attributes. Gender is defined as A, see the definition of sex under sense 1A, or B, the behavioral, cultural, or psychological traits typically associated with one sex. So the question should be quite simple. Can a law that protects against discrimination based on sex be used to force schools to allow students to use bathrooms based on what they think is their gender? Quote, "At the heart of this appeal is whether equal protection in Title IX can protect transgender students from school bathroom policies that prohibit them from affirming their gender. We join a growing consensus of courts in holding that the answer is resoundingly yes." Notice, this court did not come to this decision based on the law, but has decided to rewrite both the law and the dictionary based on the growing consensus of other courts. Now, reading further from the court's opinion, quote, "Now a 20-year-old college student, plaintiff appellee Gavin GRIMM, has spent the past 5 years litigating against the Gloucester County School Board's refusal to allow him as a transgender male to use the boys' restroom at Gloucester County High School." Now, since I believe that language matters, I have to note that what the court calls a transgender male is a female who thinks her body is wrong. Since she has the reproductive organs of a female, by definition of sex, she is a female. Quote, "Grimm's birth-assigned sex, or so-called biological sex, is female, but her gender identity is male." The linguistic legerdemain continues. When the court referred to Grimm's birth-assigned sex, it's not her biological sex that's so-called, but the term birth-assigned. That is a linguistic lie. No one on earth assigned a sex to Ms. Grimm. She was born that way. Now, that she doesn't like that she was born a girl doesn't change the fact that she's female. Sadly, for Ms. Grimm, accommodation is not enough. Quote, "Beginning at the end of his freshman year, Grimm changed his first name to Gavin and expressed a male identity in all aspects of life. After conversations with a school counselor and the high school principal, Gavin entered his sophomore year living fully as a boy." Notice that Ms. Grimm changed her name, not her body. If all she has changed is her name, then she still has female reproductive organs. That means she's a girl in boys' clothing. But if she wants to live as a horse, that doesn't make her one. Quote, at first, the school allowed him to use the boys' bathroom. But once word got out, the Gloucester County School Board, known as the Board, faced intense backlash from parents and ultimately adopted a policy under which students could only use restrooms matching their biological gender. And while the school didn't seem to care that a girl was using the boys' bathroom, it appears a significant number of parents did. This goes to show one of the most overlooked problems with our nation's fascination with treating facts as inconvenient truths when it comes to the question of sex. This court seems concerned with the feelings of Ms. Grimm, but shows absolutely no concern for the other students they want to forcibly impose Ms. Grimm's delusion upon. While the court doesn't seem to care about the majority of students, the school board attempted to come to some reasonable accommodation. Quote, the board built single-stall restrooms as an alternative for students with gender identity issues. Grimm suffered from stigma and urinary tract infections from bathroom avoidance and from suicidal thoughts that led to hospitalization. In an effort to accommodate all sides, the school built single-stall restrooms. That way, Ms. Grimm and anyone else with gender identity issues could use the restroom without infringing on the rights of the rest of the school. Now, the court claims that Ms. Grimm suffered from stigma from using a single-stall restrooms. According to the opinion, that's not exactly true. Quote, moreover, the single-stall restrooms made Grimm feel stigmatized and isolated. See, in the opinion, not one example is given of someone stigmatizing Ms. Grimm for using the single-stall bathrooms. This court has placed the feelings of Ms. Grimm above both the law and the rights of the other students. And as for her unwillingness to use a restroom that did not stigmatize the other students, leading to urinary tract infections, well, that was her choice, wasn't it? Now, I'm not saying it was a wise choice, but the school did make a reasonable accommodation of Ms. Grimm's desire to live as a boy. But this wasn't good enough for her. She demanded that the school and everyone else not only accommodate her delusion, but embrace it as if her feelings could change reality itself. The fact that Ms. Grimm suffered from suicidal thoughts because she thought her body was wrong shows this is not a physical problem, but a mental one. However, rather than seeking assistance, Ms. Grimm has decided to sue the school board to force everyone else to join her in rejecting reality and substituting her preferences for the science-based facts. In doing so, Ms. Grimm is claiming that her desire to impose her will on the rest of the world supersedes everyone else's rights. She expects reality itself to bend to her wishes and apparently does not care what damage must be done to make that happen. And the courts of Virginia agreed with her. Quote, nevertheless, he persevered in his transition. He underwent chest reduction surgery, received a state court order stating that he is male, and amended his birth certificate to accurately reflect his gender. But when he provided the school with his new documentation, the board refused to amend his school records. In pursuit of this mental confusion, Ms. Grimm amputated her breasts and then got a court in Virginia to lie for her. Meanwhile, this order continued the lie by ordering the state to amend her birth certificate to accurately reflect his gender. First of all, the Commonwealth of Virginia does not record gender on birth certificates. It lists sex. And since by dictionary definition Ms. Grimm's sex is female, the state court ordered the Virginia Department of Health to lie on an official state form. By conflating sex with gender, this court not only furthers the state court lie, but creates a lie of its own. And now, when the Gloucester County School Board refused to participate in the lie, they are taken to court in order to lie and infringe on the rights of the vast majority of its students by two judges who not only have a problem with the truth, they also have a problem with following the law. See, Ms. Grimm is claiming that by using scientifically provable facts, the Gloucester County School Board is violating the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, which reads, quote, nor shall any state deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Of course, violating the Equal Protection Clause is exactly what Ms. Grimm is asking the school board to do. The law clearly states that she cannot be discriminated against based on sex, but she wants the right to discriminate against boys who do not wish to use the bathroom in front of a girl. She also claims that not affirming her delusion that she is a boy constitutes discrimination based on sex, yet she's asking the school to discriminate against the boys who do not wish to share a bathroom with a girl. She's also claiming that the fact that the school board refused to lie for her also violated equal protection and Title IX. Not only has the Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit committed a gross violation of their oaths and judicial ethics by placing their opinions above the law, they have themselves violated equal protection by applying Title IX differently based on the feelings of someone before the court. Now, by this point, some may be wondering why I refer to the plaintiff as Ms. Grimm throughout this article. My intention is not to harm or shame her in any way. However, I do not think it is caring or helpful to perpetuate a lie simply to soothe someone's feelings. I do not hold any animosity against Ms. Grimm, nor do I wish her any ill will, no matter how she wishes to live her life. If we live in a free country, then Ms. Grimm should be allowed to live her life as she sees fit until she infringes on the rights of others. So it's Ms. Grimm's infringement on the rights of others with which I have an issue. If she wishes to live her life based on how she feels, either she allows others to do so as well, or she is a liar and a hypocrite. By pretending objective truth does not exist and supporting her lie, we do not help Ms. Grimm. Rather, we condemn her to a life of pain, suffering, and possibly more suicidal thoughts. This is not merely my opinion, but the results of studies of those who have gone through gender transition. Personally, I would rather see Ms. Grimm get the help that she needs to live with the reality that she is a girl. If she wishes to dress like a boy and act like a boy, well, that's her choice. Expecting the mutilation of her body to bring peace to her life, though, is a fool's errand I would counsel Ms. Grimm against pursuing. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get called all sorts of names. I'm going to be called transphobic, homophobic, istophobic, whatever. But that's not true. I'm not afraid of Ms. Grimm. I actually feel sorry for Ms. Grimm. Not because she couldn't use the boys' room, but because she has a mental problem and everybody seems to be doing everything they can to avoid dealing with it. Rather than getting the help she needs to recognize that her body is female and to live with it, she's now mutilated her body, forever changing her life. She's also got courts at both the state and federal level to lie for her and to order others to lie for her as well. Her feelings, she believes, trumps the facts of reality and the rights of everybody else in the school district. Rather than taking the, I think, quite reasonable accommodation of a single stall bathroom and allowing the boys to remain in the boys' room, the girls to remain in the girls' room, and if you're not sure or if you're confused or if you just dress differently, use a single stall bathroom. That would have been an accommodation. Neither side getting exactly what they want, but both sides able to live with the outcome. That's not good enough. That's why I understand when people refer to these types of things as the rainbow mafia. It's not good enough to accommodate what they want. We have to act as if reality changes because they feel like it. And that's sad. It's sad for Ms. Grimm. It's sad for every boy that's not got to go to this school from now on. And it's sad for everyone in America who wants to go about living their life without being told how to do so. This is a travesty. This is a travesty against the truth, against reality, against justice, against rights. It's just a tragedy. And we're going to have to live with it. The American people are going to have to figure out, how do we deal with people who want their delusions to overrule reality and who want to overturn your rights, who want to infringe on your rights just so they can get the way they feel. This is one of a long line of cases where we're asking feelings to trump reality. We're asking one person's desires to trump the rights of everyone else. That's not liberty. That's not freedom. That's tyranny. And at a tyranny, the only people that get their way are the biggest bullies. Sadly, Ms. Grimm, you're a bully. So I hope you found this interesting. Please, again, head to the website, constitutionstudy.com. Go to constitutionstudy.com/tour. Check out my tour. It's going to be starting soon. I hope you'll join me. You'll see where I'm going to be in North Dakota and Wyoming. I've got several events over a 2-week period. Please, if you're in the area, join me. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to greet you. I'd love to shake your hand. If I'm not coming to an area near you, Well, go to the bottom of that page. You'll see a form you can fill out. You can ask that I come speak at your event. It doesn't have to be a big pre-scheduled event. It could be a group of people in someone's house or in a back room of a restaurant. It doesn't need to be big, but it is important that we learn to understand our rights. We learn that our rights are not being protected by the courts. How do we stand up for what our rights are, for what the law says, and how do we do it without depending on other people to do it for us? Also, please head to constitutionscholars.com. That's where scholars gather to read, study, and discuss the Constitution of the United States. Sign up for free, check out the library, join the groups, participate in the conversation. And if you want to go to the next level, if you want me to help mentor you in becoming a scholar, well, check out the apprentice program as a way to get started. There's more information on the website. Most of all, please take this video, the article, the audio, whatever you find, share it with friends and family. I put these out so that you have resources to share with others, to help educate you, educate your family, your friends, your neighbors. Now that takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, and takes money too. So if you can help me, please go to constitutionstudy.com/donations and help support the cause. Pick one of the causes you're interested in. Maybe it's the tour, maybe it's the website. As new programs come up, I'll put them on there as well. But if you can help me do that, I'd appreciate it greatly. But if you can't, that's okay. All I ask you to do is to share this information and then perhaps come back here next time for the Constitution Study.
There's one thing you have to